my name is Noemi, and I will be talking about Sweet Bean Paste, a novel written by Durian Tsukagawa. The storyline tells a heartwarming story that follows the unlikely friendship of Sentaro Tsuji and Tokuo Yoshi. Sentaro is a man who carries a troubled past, while Tokuo is an elderly woman who has a history with Hansen disease. Sentaro works at a shop that sells these pancake desserts with a red bean paste filling called dorayaki, and the shop is called Doraharu. Sentaro had big dreams of becoming a writer, but due to some regretful decisions he made, it landed him in prison, and now he works at Doraharu to pay off a debt. He has become a shell of a man who now sells below average dorayaki with nasty pre-made bean paste. Enter Tokuo, who happens to have 50 years of dorayaki making experience and offers her help to Sentaro. However, her age and physical deformities from Hansen disease initially deter Sentaro from hiring her. But after trying her bean paste, he changes his mind, and there begins a slow but heartfelt journey. The theme of the book digs deep into friendships, discrimination, and hope. However, one theme that resonates throughout the book is the meaning of life, and finding how we as individuals fit in this world. Most people, if not all, are under the impression that in order to lead a fulfilling life, we must contribute something positive to the world. If not, then what is our purpose in existing? This was definitely something Sentaro believed in, and he fell into a depression when he couldn't find that meaning or purpose. We see him continue to face this conflict with his identity while he learns the art of dorayaki making with a sweet old lady. The author uses beautifully written imagery and several motifs and metaphors to convey these ideas that make the reader question their place in the world and how they fit in this never-ending puzzle. One theme that resonates throughout the book is the discrimination of disabled people. Tokuo, as mentioned before, has a history of Hansen disease. It's a contagious disease that leads to nerve damage typically in the hands, feet, and face. People like Tokuo were required to live in a sanatorium as a way to quarantine away from society. Many patients were found to be mistreated and were cut off from families due to the stigma. Tokuo and many Japanese citizens were eventually cured, but the damage has already been done. People are still wary of those who had a history of Hansen disease, especially those with noticeable symptoms such as Tokuo and her crippled hands. Yet, she radiates kindness and becomes a transformative force in Sentaro's life. She catalyzes change within Sentaro to become a more compassionate person to those different from him. Even after Tokuo was asked to leave Doraharu after word spread of her disease, we find Sentaro fighting for Tokuo and even visits her at the sanatorium. He has become kinder in small actions like giving away dorayaki or adding extra bean paste. Ironically, he used to scold Tokuo for doing the same thing. They were small actions that would later amount to Sentaro's redemption as he tries to navigate his way through life. Food has a huge significance in the book. The book, after all, is named after a food, so it's only appropriate that I talk about it in this video. Both Tokuo and Sentaro experienced loneliness in some form. Tokuo's history with Hansen disease isolated her from society, while Sentaro's troubled past and guilt weighed him down from making any meaningful relationships. However, we see food as the bridge that connects these two characters. For example, when Tokuo first approached Sentaro about working at Doraharu, he initially said no due to Tokuo's age and her appearance may give a bad reputation to the shop. However, it is through the taste of Tokuo's homemade sweet bean paste that Sentaro changes his mind. The bean paste brought memories of Sentaro's late mother. He felt at home and found comfort he hadn't felt in a while. It is in this scene that we learn Sentaro lived in a toxic environment where his father would verbally abuse his mom, and the rare moments he remembered being happy were the times his mom would make him cake. Food in this instance was used as a medium for acceptance. The act of sharing and enjoying food becomes a powerful metaphor for accepting others. Despite Tokuo's physical appearance and the stigma attached to her disease, her expertise in preparing dorayaki gradually earns her acceptance from Sentaro. Throughout this whole period, Sentaro and Tokuo would bond over dorayaki, and he would learn as much as he could from Tokuo, but there will eventually come a time where Tokuo has already shared all her knowledge, and it is up to Sentaro to carry on and find his own path in creating dorayaki. This transition reflects Sentaro's personal journey towards self-discovery and independence. He realizes that he must go beyond replicating Tokuo's recipe and instead infuse his own creativity and individuality into the process. By doing so, he not only honors Tokuo's teachings, but also evolves as a person and a dorayaki chef. In this way, the act of learning from Tokue and then seeking to create his own version of dorayaki becomes a metaphor for Tokue's growth and his quest for personal fulfillment. Food becomes a powerful tool for self-expression and transformation, allowing Shintaro to break free from his past and embrace his own unique path. Tokue has gone through so much. She didn't get to grow old with her husband, she was stripped of her identity, and she faced so much discrimination for something she couldn't control. Even after being cured, she had nowhere to go. She wants to do so much with her life, but hasn't been able to. But does this make her existence meaningless? What does it entail to live a life that is meaningful? Tokue believes that we were born in order to see and listen to the world. She believed realizing that life can also be a life worth living as long as your heart and soul are willing to experience all that the world has to offer. This wasn't something she always believed in, but a revelation she experienced when she looked at the moon one night. She saw how bright it shined, and it was as if her illness disappeared and that nothing mattered but the moment. When facing adversity, we often discover our true selves and develop a profound appreciation for the joys that life has to offer. The challenges she faced were not mere obstacles but stepping stones on her path to personal growth and fulfillment. Each setback she encountered only fueled her determination to find beauty and meaning in the world. Tokue believed that no one's life was meaningless, and everyone was equal in their relationship to the world, whether they were sick or a dorayaki maker. In the end, Tokue passes away. The book ends with Shintaro at the sanatorium, and before him is a cherry blossom sapling that was planted in remembrance of Tokue. She will never have the chance to admire spring and its cherry blossoms, but she did in a way get to witness it through Shintaro. Just as cherry blossoms inspire awe and appreciation, Tokue's wisdom and resilience enabled Shintaro to grow and blossom into a better person. The story comes full circle, where the book begins in spring and ends in spring. Through her teachings and gentle guidance, Tokue planted the seeds of transformation within Shintaro, nurturing his growth and helping him find his own path. As Shintaro stands before the cherry blossom sapling, not a lot was said, but it can be interpreted that Shintaro is reminded of Tokue's strength and the beauty she brought into his life. The blossoming of the cherry tree symbolizes the blossoming of Shintaro's own inner self, as he embraces the lessons learned from Tokue and strives to live a more fulfilling and authentic life. The image of the cherry blossom sapling serves as a powerful reminder that although Tokue may not physically be there to witness the beauty of spring, her influence lives on in the lives of those she touched. Just as cherry blossoms bloom and fade, Tokue's presence continues to inspire and bring joy, even in her absence. Overall, I thought Sweet Bean Paste was great. I really liked it. It was even better reading it the second time. I thought the themes felt very relatable, especially during a time where so many of us are looking forward to the next chapters of our lives, and sometimes we forget to just take a moment and appreciate the small things. And I thought this book was a cute little reminder of that. Would I recommend this book? Yes, I would. Most definitely. The book reminded me so much of the Pixar movie Up, and so if you're interested in like little wholesome reads or both happy and sad moments, then I'd most definitely recommend this book. This book might be boring to some if slice of life isn't your thing, but I would still give it a read because it does touch on relatable themes like identity and life, and I feel like a lot of young people would gain from that. Anyways, Sweet Bee Pace is a nice read and you should read it. Bye.